Dr. King based his civil disobedience on the scriptures and on obeying God rather than men. In his famous letter to the Birmingham jail, he writes, he's challenging church leaders, because the church wasn't getting it. Church wasn't with it. That's not a surprise. But he writes to the church leaders. They were saying, you can't break the law. You got to do this the right way. And he writes, now what's the difference between a law and an unjust law? How does one determine whether a law is just or unjust? A just law is a man-made code that squares with the moral law or the law of God. An unjust law is a code that is out of harmony with the moral law. To put it in terms of St. Thomas Aquinas, an unjust law is a human law that is not rooted in eternal law and natural law. He goes on to say that, of course, there's nothing new about this kind of civil disobedience. It was evidenced sublimely in the refusal of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to obey the laws of Nebuchadnezzar on the ground that a higher moral law was at stake. It was practiced superbly by the early Christians who were willing to face hungry lions and the excruciating pain of chopping blocks rather than to submit to certain unjust laws of the Roman Empire. So he points to the traditions of Christianity and says, this is what Christians have always done, even if it costs me something. Obviously, he was in a jail.